So now we're gonna dive into some nighttime portraits. We made it to this little beach here in Brooklyn, New York. And some key differences between daytime and nighttime is obviously the lighting. So to counter that, we have this little prop here we're going to use. So this lights up, it's a little moon. And I don't like using flash in my photos. So instead I like to incorporate these little guys that will light our subject when there's no available light. Okay, let's have you over here. I'm gonna use kind of this log as leverage to get a little higher than you. But if you wanna kind of come, let's see. Let's go like right over here. Can you actually sit up and just like kind of like hold it? Yeah. Cool. I might get a little lower for a different angle, but I'm really liking this above shot right now. Kind of hold it to you. I also switched my white balance just because it was a little too warm from the golden hour shots. We have our shutter at 1/200th, and then our ISO is pretty high at 3200, but it's not anything too crazy that we can't fix later. I'm also shooting with my 35mm 1.4 to get a little bit of a wider shot here. Yeah, I'm actually liking this lower shot. Cool. Could you actually bring it up to you again? That was, yeah, my fave. Bring it a little in front of you if you can, with one hand maybe. You can keep your yeah, and then just bring it a little forward, yeah. I think for shooting with the prop, it's best to have it light the model's face and making sure it's kind of at an even angle and not too low, too high, but like just right. I kind of like your body just like behind you, if that, like from my angle. So let's have it here, and then you're just like straight bodies like that way.
Straight this way?
Yeah, there you go. You can bring maybe a foot, like your feet, like a little bit, yeah. Maybe you're even like picking it up. Nice. Okay, cool, let's do a standing one with you just like over here with it holding up to you. That way it's less harsh on your face. Hold it up to you and maybe away, like a little bit away, like this way. Yeah, it's like a baby. So we finished at that last location and now we're headed to our next one. I'm having a little trouble finding out where I wanted to shoot next because things at night get a little bit tricky with lighting. It's a little bit funky and weird right here, so we're gonna keep looking. So we kept walking on the pier. We came about this little light fixture that's in front of the skyline. And I think it'll be perfect for lighting Isabella, just because that backlight will come into play in the background, but we need some kind of light in the foreground as well. Because I think I want a wider shot here, I'm gonna aim for my 85 if I can get it out here. I have my 35 on from that last shoot on the beach. The 35 right now is a little bit too wide for me, so I think the 85 will be perfect for this image I have kind of constructed in my head. And go. Because these lights are a little bit lower, can you actually get low too? I like this because it's kind of lighting her from the back, but also the front. Bring your arm in a little more, and then look up at your leg. You can straighten your arm. This looks really cool. And go. Nice. Try again. So I'm changing my shutter to 1/100th of a second just so we can capture the movement she's giving to us, but make sure it's in focus and super clear. And go. Cool. My shutter is now at 320 just because she's not moving too much, and I can put my ISO a little bit lower. I know a lot of people get intimidated kind of by shooting at nighttime, but something I always do and suggest is kind of applying those daytime tips I let you guys know earlier, but get a little more creative with the lighting. So using a lighting prop or a fixture around, you could use some car lights or lamps. Honestly, anything to avoid that grain will help you get a final clear and crisp photo. For me, shooting at night is definitely worth the extra kind of effort you have to put in, whether that be a prop you're bringing into play, just because it's more fun. You get more creative, you get some crazy kind of backdrops and light that are coming through that are a little bit challenging, but at the end of the day, it's like and that's what makes it fun. So now that we finished up the night shoot, we're going to head back to the studio, wrap it up, and go through some of these selects and start editing.